You look like a couple of dorks.
I'm Tom.
And Nick.
And we're the Film Dorks.
We're part of the Film Dorks.
Well, yeah, we've grown in the past. This is a year that we've been doing the Screen Radar thing, and it's growing.
So a year of Film Dorks, really, because...
Yeah, right?
So there we go. So
cool.
On our year anniversary, we're going to review...
Nobody, featuring...
Why don't we review Somebody?
No, we're going to review Nobody.
What about Somebody?
Well, Nobody is somebody.
No.
Who are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
It happens to be none other than the legendary Bob Oedenkirk, who plays a character named Hutch Mansell. It's a pretty awesome fight movie. The writer, producer is...
Well, I know he's a writer. I don't know if he's a producer, but the writer of all the John Wick movies wrote this.
Yeah.
And he's also a writer on the new Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right, and a whole bunch of other cool shit.
Yeah, he's definitely... His career has skyrocketed, but he is the new action auteur, or at least writer anyway. And then this is a movie, too, that I remember seeing in the trailer and hearing about it about 6 months ago, and being really excited to see this film, because I'm a fan of Kolstad's writing. I think he's really brought a whole new kind of feel and vibe to the action genre.
To see Bob Oedenkirk, he reportedly trained for over 2 years to like bump up his fight skills, and it shows, because he kicks some serious ass.
It's actually really interesting, because you see the trailer and you're thinking like, okay, we got Saul Goodman.
Right.
I'm like, it's a really kind of like sets up a very kind of humorous weird setup, but you're like, could he pull it off? Like, is he gonna...
He pulls it off.
And I mean, totally pulls it off.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly...
and on top of that, Christopher Lloyd plays his father.
Is his father or his grandfather?
No, it's his father. Yeah. And first of all, Christopher Lloyd, I don't know what kind of deal with the devil he's made, but he looks the same as he did in I mean, if...
Yeah, he's
in Back to the Future, which is like 35 years old.
Yeah, he looks very still looks very similar. Less hair,
unbelievable.
Obviously.
You okay? Because you don't look okay.
But he's like very active in this movie, which is a totally different character than you usually see him play. I mean, he's got a comedic history for sure, but I mean, it starts real slow, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely and starts on a more kind of somber, serious tone.
Yeah.
But it does do a really good job giving Odenkirk's character a backstory and like an emotional purpose. You know?
It's a really efficient sort of setup to this whole scenario.
In a lot of ways, it's certainly similar to the first John Wick movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not breaking a whole lot of new ground as far as like movies go and stuff, but it's done well, and it's done in an effective way that really lets you like get riled up and like just cheer on this like assault of just brutal violence and revenge. That he really sort of like, it starts out, I guess, almost accidentally, right? And then it just escalates into this just situation that's bananas, and it's so fun to watch. It's not going to broaden your horizons very much unless you're trying to figure out different ways to bend people in the wrong direction and stuff.
The one thing about the film is, because it does start out on kind of a more somber, serious note, and feels a little more like, the Michael Douglas falling down film a little bit. It kind of gives you that vibe, but a more sympathetic character, and it slowly ramps up the vibe, and it gets more and more chaotic and insane to the point where it pushes it way past the John Wick thing.
Yeah, almost to like RoboCop levels, I would say.
Well, really what it reminded me of, especially the ending and the big crescendo at the ending and the insanity there, reminded me a lot of John Woo, like early 90s John Woo films.
It's like if John Woo remade American Beauty.
Yeah, it is very similar to that. But it's just a ton of fun.
So if you have the chance to go to a theater Do it safely, and I couldn't recommend that more for this movie. If we're giving it star ratings, I think I would go with a 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah,
just because
I would
it's
say
so
that.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect movie, but it's damn near like it's everything you want in a movie.
It's everything you want in an action film, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing lacking in this.
Yeah.
And it did remind me, storytelling-wise, of something like John Woo's The Killer or Hard Boiled.
Sure.
Like, except it definitely infuses a ton of humor into it. Like, and it makes great use of Oedenkirk.
Yeah,
Oedenkirk's
his
performance is phenomenal.
There's
in the
lots of
film.
little, just tiny little things that he does that just make it so much more fun.
Yeah,
You know, and lively.
and believable.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
ways.
yeah,
Like,
and he's certainly punched up his acting chops with Better Call Saul and
yeah,
everything.
for sure. And that
so
shows. In
it's
this
really
film.
well balanced, and I couldn't recommend it more.
And then you get RZA in it. RZA pops
Oh, yeah,
up.
RZA's in it.
RZA's always fun to.
If
to
you've never
catch.
seen RZA's first on-screen appearance, it was in Ghost Dog, which he also
Great
did the
movie.
soundtrack for. And I love seeing RZA. He's always fun to watch, and he does some pretty cool shit in this too. So, go.
Yeah, he's my favorite kill of the movie.
Yes.
I don't want to give it away.
No,
because
it's good
a fun
enough
one.
that they even talk about it later in the movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so-
it even comes. There's even a callback to how cool it is.
Yeah.
But,
It's a little bit of Call of Duty style kind
Yeah.
of stuff,
Yeah.
So that's a hint.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you can go to the movies, go to the movies again, because you can go to the movies again.
And you can see this, which
Yeah.
you can't see on demand.
Right.
I'm like so happy that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it forced me to go to the theater, and then, I know like King Kong versus Zilla or whatever comes out next week, and I'm gonna go see it in a movie theater. Like,
Yeah, you can see it in IMAX.
I'm not
so why not?
I'm not like insanely excited about that movie, but
Yeah.
if I'm going to see that movie, I want to see it on a giant movie screen with
Hell yeah.
crazy sound.
Yeah, hell yeah. And you might notice that we're not masking or social distancing, and that's because we both got vaccinated. And the numbers in LA are doing good enough that they opened movie theaters back up. So for the first time in over a year, we actually went to see this in the theater.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. I shot a
was
little
actually-
footage of us going in and stuff. And
That was actually really cool. It was.
Yeah,
It was weird. It felt normal.
Yeah. And everybody there was having a great time. Everybody had masks on for the most part, and they were,
It wasn't- yeah.
spaced out pretty
Yeah.
good. And so it felt like the best possible scenario for that. And I was just super stoked to
See a
get
movie.
to do that. And,
know.
I mean, it's been over a year, so it's high energy, and it's like a real sort of like kind of film that a crowd can like sort of root for the main character. So it's really sort of tailored for a theatrical experience,
Yeah.
which is awesome. If you can go to the movies, go to the movies again, because you can go to the movies again. I'm Tom,
I'm Nick.
and we're the Film Dorks,
Check us out on the social medias.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye.
I know I'm a